Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Rouse Rising and my name is Katie. On this channel, I share with you all about holistic homemaking and I also share encouraging motherhood content. So if you're into all of that, be sure to click the subscribe button because I would love to have you a part of the Rouse Rising family. In today's video, we are going to be cooking with cast iron and I'm excited to share with you my new cast iron skillet. We're going to do an unboxing and then we're going to prepare a delicious brunch for my 5 kids. Let's get into the unboxing. I can't wait to share this with you. I'm excited to try it out and I'm gonna give you my honest review of this cast iron skillet. Now I have a cast iron skillet that I can share with you and that I can hopefully recommend to you after today's review. If you want more information about this skillet, it's all gonna be linked down below in this video's description, so go ahead and check that out when you're done watching this video. I recently teamed up with Cook Life to try out their skillet, and this video is sponsored by Cook Life. So thank you, Cook Life, for sending this out. I'm excited to see what all comes in this box. Let's see what's in it. Comes neatly boxed up. In here we've got a wooden spatula, a nice tapered edge around here so that you can scoop underneath of your eggs. I like to have something that has a nice scraping power, and you can see that with that edge right there, you're gonna be able to scrape up your food if you need to, but it shouldn't stick. This should be non-stick cookware. They also included this metal mesh scouring pad that you can hang up. It has a little hook right there so you can hang that up. And they also included this plastic scraper so that you can scrape your skillet clean. This is the recipe book that comes with your Cook Life skillet. Those are all included. And I need some ideas. I need some inspiration. That's gonna be great for that. We also have in here a silicone handle grip to go on the skillet, so when your skillet gets hot you can still pick up and maneuver your skillet with your grip. I'm always using a towel, and when I had a gas stove, you guys saw on my channel in my videos how many times did I catch the towel on fire when I was using a kitchen towel to maneuver my cast iron skillet. So many times, so many times. So here we go. We're gonna unwrap this and get our first look, our first impressions. Ooh, I can already tell it has a beautiful smooth surface. Wow, look at this stunning cast iron skillet. It's lightweight, and my concern with getting a 12-inch cast iron skillet was that it would be heavy. And having a heavy skillet is really difficult for me. I've got problems with chronic pain, and having heavy cookware is something that I have definitely strayed away from in the most recent years. But this skillet feels like it is a nice weight. It is not too heavy. The box wasn't super heavy. I can easily manage this with my one hand. So I've got to be careful with heavy cookware, but this one seems to be just heavy enough where I'm gonna have some engagement with my muscles, but it's not so heavy that I have to two-hand it. So beautiful. It has a nice machined smooth surface. This is super nice, and I prefer this machined smooth surface to the more rough surface that you will find with, for instance, Lodge cast iron skillets. They have a very textured surface, and I don't prefer that. I like the nice smooth surface. So I'm gonna wash this in some soap and water. I'm gonna put it on the stove and put a little bit of oil in it and get it all ready to put our recipe in today. And today we are gonna be making French toast with a twist. It's gonna be a French toast casserole. So we're gonna bake with this in the oven, and we're really gonna put this through the ringer today. All right, I got a couple of different things going on here. Did you know that you can make your own brown sugar at home, and all you need is some, that's not molasses, all you need is some molasses, and I'm using blackstrap molasses because it has the highest iron content in it, and we need iron. And I'm actually anemic right now, and so I am trying to incorporate as much iron as I can into my diet. So blackstrap molasses, and I'm gonna take a tablespoon of this while I have it out, but blackstrap molasses has 4.7 milligrams, which is 25% of your daily iron intake in 1 tablespoon. So when I was pregnant, I would take a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses just to make sure that my iron levels were good, to make sure I had that my iron wasn't getting low in pregnancy, and I never have had an iron deficiency. I never had an iron deficiency in pregnancy. I was preventative, but never in my life have I had an iron deficiency until recently. And I cook in cast iron and I eat red meat 3 to 4 times a week. So we're not really sure why this is happening, but I do have low iron right now. And so I'm gonna start incorporating blackstrap molasses. I was told to take an iron supplement that's really hard on stomachs. So we're gonna try the blackstrap molasses every day and extra red meat in my diet as long as my pancreas can tolerate that. And we'll see if I can get my iron levels up. So we're gonna cube up all this bread, and this is only half a loaf. I have a couple more loaves up here that we're gonna do. And you can use brioche, you can use sourdough, you can use whatever kind of bread. I'm using my daily loaf of bread, and this is a recipe that is on my channel. Well, I'll link it down below in this video's description too, but if you ever need to find it. And this particular loaf, I did half hard red wheat, half all-purpose flour, so it's more like a whole wheat loaf as far as texture and all of that. It's more like a hard or a loaf of wheat. And these are the other loaves that I have left over from this week's bread. So we're just using our couple of day-old bread to make this, because in this house, we don't let food go to waste. I'm gonna let this all soak for an hour once I get it assembled. I'm gonna let it soak for an hour, and then we're gonna preheat our oven. We're gonna wash the skillet. We're gonna do all that stuff. I probably have already shown you that in this video, but we're gonna let this soak before we assemble it and put it in the oven. Next thing we're gonna do is assemble all of our wet ingredients. So we have 8 eggs going into this bowl. 8 eggs. We've got 2 cups of milk and half a cup of heavy whipping cream, or you can do some half and half in there. About a half or 3/4 cup sugar, use your discretion. We're also gonna put a sugar topping on top of this. This is gonna be quite delicious. It's gonna make it like a cinnamon roll topping. Well, not cinnamon roll, but it's gonna be like a cinnamon roll filling on top of our delicious food. I'm gonna add a little bit of cinnamon to this, to my egg mixture. Use your discretion, however much you want. And I'm also gonna add some vanilla to this. A nice dose of vanilla. And we're gonna give this a mix. And then you're gonna see in a little bit, we're gonna make a topping for this French toast that's gonna add more flavor to it. All right, now we're gonna pour all of this mixture over top of our French toast here. And let this all get nicely incorporated. Making sure we touch all of the bread with some of the mixture. We're gonna mix this just so everything gets a chance to be coated. And I'm excited because this is about how much French toast my family can eat. And if I can cook it all in this 12-inch skillet, that is gonna be amazing. It's gonna just save me so much strife of trying to cook my kids individual pieces of French toast when I can just make a casserole and put it all in my 12-inch skillet. And finally, I have the size skillet that I can feed my growing family. My kids are getting so big, and my 10-inch skillet, I was just running out of room in my 10-inch skillet. So this gigantic 12-inch skillet, the extra 2 inches in diameter, is just gonna make such a difference for my family of 7. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is mix up our topping into our, we're gonna mix up our topping, all right? I gotta find my pastry knife because I need that. And I'm not gonna, there it is, missed it just by a smidge. All right, so in here, we're gonna go in with our brown sugar that we just made with our molasses. And if you have, you know, this is another way you can get that brown sugar incorporated with your molasses. You can use your pastry knife and mix it all in. See, beautiful, beautiful, moist brown sugar. All right, we're gonna go in with a half a cup a half a cup of flour. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon salt, because you gotta have a little bit of salt with your sweetness so that the two flavors together make your delicious food delicious, okay? So when you're making sweets, you're always gonna need to add salt. Don't forget to add the salt. It's the contrasting flavors. It just does something so nice. So there we go. Next, we're going in with our butter. And we're gonna get this butter mixed up in here, in this flour. Go in here, and we're gonna make our crumble topping. So this is similar to like the crisp crumble topping that I put on top of my peach cobbler and things like that. And actually, friends, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna add some peaches in with our French toast. Yes, we are. I'm gonna go get a jar of peaches right now. We're gonna make this a peach French toast cobbler. How exciting is that? That is so exciting. It's gonna be very delicious. So there we go. We've got all of our ingredients incorporated there. Let me wipe my hands and get my peaches. All right, friends, let's get ready to assemble this delicious meal. All right, I got kind of a bit of a mess here, but that's all right. It's all gonna go in the same place. I mean, that's what I tell my kids when they complain about their food touching on their plate. I'm like, sweetheart, it's all gonna go in your belly. It gets mixed up there. That's what happens. All right, so here we've got our French toast. We're gonna add some peaches to this. These are some vanilla peaches that I canned up last summer, and I'm trying to decide, am I gonna let the peach juice go in, or are we gonna use that to make a simple syrup? Throw all the rest of these in here. We'll mix it up and then get it in our cast iron skillet. These are vanilla peaches, so when I canned them, I added some vanilla bean deliciousness to them, so that just made them all the more amazing. We've got our skillet. It's still pretty warm. Put our peach syrup back there. We're going to use that as a goodness on there. I don't think we need any more moisture. All right, we're just going to coat this pan with some butter, because that's just how we do it around here, okay? Lots of butter. All right, this is our French toast and peaches mixture going in here. Now you can serve this up as a dessert, and you can serve it with ice cream on the side, or whatever you want to do. You know, the possibilities are endless. We are gonna have this for brunch, because my kids were up early. They had a little something something when they got up, and I said, hey kids, I'm gonna make y'all a delicious brunch today. I've got 2 kids that are down with a cold. They're not feeling well, and we're supposed to go hiking to a volcano today. I don't know if that's gonna happen with the sick kids, so we'll just make this special delicious treat. Hopefully it all fits in here, and then kind of get it just a smidge away from the edges. I don't want it to cook over too much. And then on top of this, we're gonna put our amazing mixture of flour and butter and brown sugar, and that we're just going to dump in the middle, and we're going to spread it around as we see fit. So there we go. And then this, we're just going to kind of go around. Oh, this is going to be so good. So good. Go around, spread that out a little bit, take it to the edges. Make sure you got some butter in the middle. You need some of your clumps of butter in the middle. Don't push all that butter out to the edges. It'll get there, it'll migrate. So just kind of pile it up there. The butter will go, water travels or moisture travels the path of least resistance. So there we go. Now we're gonna pop this into the oven, and we don't know how long it's gonna cook for, but it's gonna be a while, okay? See how this turns out after all. Look, how gorgeous is this? How gorgeous is this? It looks amazing. So now here we go. This might take a solid hour to cook. All right, friends, let's see how this is looking. Let me find a trivet for it. Got a trivet. Oh, we got a bit of an overflow because I'm a slightly overzealous when it comes to making these types of things. I fill it to the brim. So we got a little bit of smoke and a little bit of mess in there because I didn't put a tray underneath of it. But look at this. Just look at this amazingness. This is peach French toast casserole, and it's looking so amazing. Make it with a straw.
Please stop that. That is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, plus 1, 1, 2, 2, 3.
Wait until you see how well this did not stick. I would say for as much sugar and caramelization, etc., that happened in this skillet, I would say that's pretty good. This lifted out quite easily. Delicious. I would say that is non-stick. Now look at this gorgeous meal I get to feed my family. This delicious peach French toast. Put some blueberries on the side. Just because we love all the fruit. We're loving it. Loving life. All right, delicious meal served up for my family. Enjoy. Bon appetit. If you want to get yourself a Cooklite 12-inch skillet, check the link down below in my video's description for the best price on the internet. And get yourself a non-stick, lightweight cast iron skillet. You're going to love it. This is what it's looking like after a few servings. Not all of my kids are hungry right now at this moment, so we just have a couple. This has fed 3 kids already. Look at this massive amount we have left. We're going to be eating on this for the next few days. If you have been hesitant about using cast iron because you're afraid that things are going to stick to it, well, there is a slight learning curve to learning how to cook with cast iron. But with this Cooklife skillet, you don't have to worry about things getting stuck on too terribly. I mean, this is a very sticky, sugary French toast slash cobbler combo, and it had just, you know, all this crispy mess crusted on the outside, and it just comes right off of there. Real nice, real simple, beautiful. I'm gonna do a taste test. The official Cooklife cast iron skillet French toast casserole with peach deliciousness in it. Is it good? Oh, that topping, the topping is crispy, crunchy, and delicious. It's a great addition to the French toast. I've never made a French toast casserole with the cobbler type or the crisp type topping on top, but this is a game changer. I'm gonna be cooking it like this a lot more often. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. You hear some noise in the background, that's the kids, that's the slushy machine. Be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I will see you in the next one. Bye. I mean, to me, that's as non-stick as you can get with cast iron skillets, especially when you make a sticky baked goodness like that. It worked out really well. You guys are gonna see this in so many of my future videos. This is the Cooklife brand cast iron skillet.